Hello, good morning and welcome. It's the 27th, it's Tuesday the 27th of June, and we'll start as ever with the Australian dollar. Um, well, we've had three green candles, we've had a little bit of strength in the Australian dollar, um, and we're coming up to this resistance here. Yeah, I think this might continue on for a couple of days. I've already got a short position in here. They're only small. I've got three positions in, very small, so I'm not particularly worried about those. Um, the commitment of traders is short. That's about 2 to 1, 2.2 to 1 short. Um, and in general, well, in the last 5 years that I have traded, the commitment of traders report has always come out right. It might go against you for a while, but eventually it will turn and come right. The commercials, they've been trading for 300 years. The HSBC set up 1865 to trade opium, amongst other things. Um, so with the average life of a speculator at about 6 to 9 months, I prefer to follow the commercials, and as long as you're careful with your trades, and you trade for a longer period, you will always find that they come right for you. So as I say, we might see that go up a little bit more next couple of days. It isn't going to go up a lot. There's not a lot of volatility on this pair at the moment, and I see that as a good long-term sell. How'd Japan? Well, we saw a little bit of weakness in the Japanese yen yesterday, and there was a little bit of strength in the Australian dollar. So we had this long candle yesterday. I've got a small trade in down the bottom here. I think this 85, 60 mark, this is a turning point. It is heavy resistance. I think this should hold. The divergence short on the commitment of trade is 4.7. So I am expecting that to come down. Euro, US dollar, basically is around and about much where it was yesterday. A little red candle, and I've got a little green candle this morning. It's no biggie. Um, this will come down. It's got a, well, the strength seems to be fading as I speak. But sometimes you see a little bit of a pop up just before it shorts. Try and knock some of the small trades out. Euro, Japanese yen. We saw a little bit of weakness on the yen last night, and it did this little pop-up trick. I'm not particularly worried about it. I've got my trades on, and it's just a waiting game. This is going to short, and you know, there are 2 or 3 occasions where I could have taken a good profit, and I hung out because it was my opinion this is coming down. You always feel sad when you lose those, but I think I have every confidence that this is going to come down. Right, this is the New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. Again, I think this has got good long-term potential to short. The divergence is 7.3 on this. I got a little trade in the other day just below this resistance here. It's gone over it, so I'm going to be looking for more major resistance a little bit higher, but basically we're over the top on the RSI. and I'm expecting this to come down. The commitment of traders on this is very bearish, 7.3. Silver. We had a little bit of noise yesterday, and we got rather a large short candle. You can't trade noise, you know. Best will in the world. It's unpredictable. It's like putting money on horses or dogs. You can't trade the noise. The commitment of traders is a little bit long at the moment, or that they are as long as they have been for the last 12 months. So I'm expecting this to come back at least to the mid Bollinger Band, might even carry on a little bit, and then we're going to get back in it short. So I've had a couple of really good trades on this, and I really do like the way it seems to flow up and then flow down. Yeah, anyway, that's the plan. Here we go. Same again with oil. We've got, what is it, 4 green candles in a row. A little bit of strength coming back into oil. I'm going to hang on. We'll see what happens Friday in the commitment of traders, but I think this is going to pop back up and it'll be a good short back down. S&P 500. This is the weekly chart. We're below this 2441.5. On the weekly chart, it has briefly popped above, but that seems to be holding it at the moment. Famous last words. These are new highs. People say to me, it's the market has never crashed from a high. History with Forex is sort of, you can't say, well, it always does this in January or February, it gains so much. The market just goes where it wants to go. There's investors here. We have very low volume. If all of a sudden 1 or 2 people get very itchy feet and want to sell, we will see a crash. It's that simple. I just don't know who on earth is buying at this price. A bit like the euro, it just seems absolutely incredible to me. Here we go, and we're on New Zealand dollar, US dollar. The stop limit that I put in, purchase order, has got taken. So I've now got 2 trades short on this. I've got my major resistance here at 73,798. The commitment of traders, it actually turned around last week. There was a change of sentiment last week, and this week it's gone heavily short. New Zealand dollar 4.8 short. So I am looking for that to follow through to the downside. USD CAD, I've mentioned this before. It really looks like we're struggling to break the 131742 line, which is major support down here. Oil's actually got a little bit more strength coming in it. We might just fall down onto the line. We'll see how it goes, but I'm heavily bearish of the Canadian dollar, and I'm looking for strength in the US dollar. So and USD CAD, yeah, the commercials don't quite. Euro GBP, about at entry. Fortunately, it is a fairly cheap pair to hold. I've got a small trade on this. I am short, and there's a divergence of 3 short. So I'm sure that's going to increase over the weeks. We're a little bit in no man's land and flat on the RSI. We'll see what happens. This is going to happen. The euro is going to fall, and that the pound is going to gain value. So it's just a matter of just waiting at the moment. Pound, New Zealand dollar, Same again. We're down onto heavy support here. I've got a couple of small trades in. Yeah, so I'm long. There's a divergence of 6.4 on this, and we're right at the bottom on the RSI. We're just bouncing off the 30.9 line on the RSI. USD, Japanese yen. Pleased to see a little old red candle this morning. This is this is about done as far as I'm concerned. Um, you know, it's been hanging about here for days and days. Uh, the um, the commitment of traders along 112 to 44. That's what, nearly 3, isn't it? 112 Japanese yen, 2.5 even. That's 2.5. They're short the pair. So you know, I think this should be a good trade short. Been waiting for it for a long time to short for me. So we'll see how that goes on. USD Mexican peso. We've actually gone below the support line. This was let me just think. Where have we gone? Yeah, there we go. Whoa. Yeah, so this was a turning point back here. Little bit of resistance there. Yeah, I did think that was going to hold, but we've actually dropped below, coming into a little bit more support. But the commitment of traders did lose quite a few of the short positions. In fact, a lot of the short positions, but they're still overall short the Mexican peso, so long the pair, USD Mexican peso. So anyway, that concludes it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you all tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.